Let's talk about Blast, the latest layer 2 solution for Ethereum. It is built by the team involving Pacman, who is also behind Blur NFT marketplace. And the idea was to create a layer 2 that is perfectly suited for NFT trading. And again, the vision was that there are going to be institutional tools for investing into NFTs, such as leverage trading and any kind of professional practically trading tools. And so that in the future, when the investors of institutional grade come in, they would be able to use those tools for any kind of tokenized assets and so on. Of course, we're quite far from that by now, but everything starts somewhere. So let's not kind of put down the innovation before it has a chance to rise. What actually attracted people to Blast was not this, but the airdrop that Blast promised to users. So since Pacman was behind Blur and Blur was famous for its generous airdrops for people who participated in its seasons, and also it's going on season 3 of the airdrops. So this video is not about Blur, but we're coming back to Blast. And another parallel, however, with Blur is that Paradigm also invested into Blast, just like it did in Blur. And there was a $20 million funding round that was led by Paradigm with a participation from Eagle Capital and Standard Crypto Capital. So also pretty good capitals. And the main thing about this boom, to illustrate how big this was, on November 20th, it launched the invite-only access, so just literally a week ago, and 24,000 people joined Blast community in the first day after launching. I mean, almost 24,000. And then Blast reached 81 million in TVL in one day, and that made it the fastest growing layer 2 on the Ethereum ecosystem. And as of today, I mean, it's November the 26th, Blast TVL has reached approximately $400 million. And the caveat is that people cannot withdraw those assets yet. So the TVL is only going to grow from this point on. It's not going to decrease at all because it's not possible. A long story short, what is Blast? Blast is an optimistic type of rollup. It is EVM compatible, so it is for Ethereum. And if you'd like to know my opinion about optimistic rollups and any other kind of rollups, I have a full-on video describing the differences between those and how optimistic rollups may be actually too optimistic. But you can check it out. I'll leave it in the description and in the cards. They will appear on the screen. And the main probably idea why you came for this video is the token airdrop or the potential timeline of Blast, and just to get a quick overview. So let's go over that. Right now we are in an invite-only pre-mainnet phase. Then mainnet is planned to go in February, actually the 24th of February, but that is not a set in stone date. And as we witnessed with multiple projects in the past, this can get pushed multiple times. So I wouldn't bet on the date exactly, but end of February, that's what they're saying. And then after that, we have the redemption day. So mainnet is when the dApps go live and the withdrawals become active, and that's when the developers receive their rewards. The redemption date, which is in the end of May, and that is the 24th of May, and Blast points can be redeemed, and the community is expected to get their rewarded tokens. And so what are these Blast points that I just mentioned? Blast points is what Blast introduced to get people more active on their system. And by joining Blast with an invite code, you start earning those Blast points, and you earn them by bridging more tokens into Blast, and therefore that's how they received such high TVL, secured such high TVL. Then you also do some social tasks to promote Blast on social media, and that also earns you Blast points. Some people critiqued it as a pyramid scheme, and in fact it kind of is, like by definition, because when you invite people with your invite code, you get 16% of their Blast points, and then if they invite even more people, so you get 8% of those like secondary invites as well. So you cannot argue that it's not a pyramid scheme, but well, multiple things are pyramid schemes and they still work, and I cannot really say something against that for now, because it's a marketing strategy, and giving people money to join your network in the very beginning is indeed a very, effective strategy. That's practically how PayPal gained their first users, because they allowed everybody to get $10 for every users they refer. And this just worked, and PayPal became the largest growing payments solution for internet shops and stuff like that when PayPal just launched. So, It's a double-edged sword, of course. You have to be vigilant and you have to do your own research, and it's very risky. But you also shouldn't just say, "Oh, it's bad because it's like that," because multiple other things that are seemingly not as scammy still kind of did this kind of thing. And so what else do I have on here? So basically, what do you do on Blast right now? Once you put your tokens in, you start earning yield. And what Blast says is this kind of selling point is the idea is that the yield is native on ETH and staked stable coins. So what they do with your stuff that you put into it, they put it into Lido to get staked ETH rewards, and they put it into MakerDAO's T-Bill protocol to generate yield, to generate stablecoin yield. So for ETH, it is 4% and 5% for stablecoins, and of course, I assume it changes over time depending on what the Lido and the MakerDAO suggest as a yield that they can offer. And some people, of course, were also not very happy with this as to like, what is the point? You relaunched your protocol just to use other two protocols. But yeah, that's kind of where it all ended, because people just raised concerns. Blast said we are all okay and we are transparent with what we're doing. And yeah, it still continues to grow. Another thing that Blast tries to offer to people to get more users in is their own stablecoin. It is called USDB. So USDB is the idea behind it is quite different. It's I don't think I ever seen a stablecoin like that before. So it is also algorithmic, and it adjusts the supply of the stablecoin to maintain its value. So when the demand for the stablecoin is high, they raise the supply so that the value stays the same. Then when the demand is low, they lower down the supply of the coin so that also the value stays stable, as the name suggests. Again, let's see how this plays out. Always kind of have to be cautious when talking about stable coins. Nobody knows what the best mechanism is, and is there really? I am personally a little bit biased against Blast, because anytime I see a layer 2, in my head it instantly pops up, oh, yet another layer 2. But it is kind of commendable, and kudos to the team that they're trying to introduce something new to the market, and at least they're trying to bridge the gap, or at least they try to show that there is a gap that they're trying to bridge. And it will be interesting to see how this works out. Base got a lot of pushback for not having withdrawals from it. Of course, it's a normal thing to get pushback for this kind of thing, because it is risky, high risk, high reward kind of thing. So you have to be very careful. But in this regard, I mean, Blast is yet another layer 2, but the one who at least seems to try to be a good layer 2. You're welcome to go and try to participate in the airdrop. There are multiple guides on both YouTube, and there are multiple articles on Medium that all contain invite codes if you're interested. And yeah, I hope this video was like a useful overview for you. And if you have any questions or video suggestions, I'll gladly talk with you in the comments and have a chat. And thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, because it helps the channel to grow, and see you in the next one.